Well, it's been a minute since I've done one of these talking head videos with you guys. It's vacation here in Norway. I'm on my last couple of days of a 3-week vacation, and I've not been prioritizing YouTube that much during my vacation. But today I thought it was time to try it again. And today I want to talk about macro photography. I have been finding an interest in macro photography after I bought the Tamron 90mm f2.8 macro lens. I did buy this lens because I wanted to try out macro photography. I always found that interesting, but yeah, I wanted to try it out for myself. So that's one of the reasons, or the main reason, I got the Tamron 90mm macro lens. I did a first impressions video of that lens, and you can watch it right up there if you want to see that video. After I made my first impressions, I've really tried to dig more into macro photography. And if you follow me on Instagram, you might see that my feed is starting to fill up with macro photos. So I've been trying to learn what I can learn about macro photography. Well, like I said in my first impressions video, I decided to buy the Tamron lens because it has autofocus. I did also look into the Laowa lenses. With the Tamron lens, the 90mm Tamron lens, this gives you a 1x magnification of what you're trying to photograph. So if you have something that you want to try and photograph, 1 centimeter of the object you're photographing will reflect like 1 centimeter on the sensor. So it's kind of a real life projection on the sensor, a 1x magnification. But with the Laowa lenses, and now that I have tried macro photography, I am kind of regretting that I didn't get a Laowa lens, because with the Laowa lenses you get a 2x magnification onto the sensor. So 1 centimeter on the object that you're trying to photograph will reflect 2 centimeters onto the sensor. So you have a 2x magnification with the Laowa lenses. And if you're really into macro photography and want to capture those small bugs, and that 2x magnification is real helpful, I guess. I haven't tried it, but what I did buy, and that is this magnification glass. This is a Raynox macroscopic lens model M250, and this is just something that you clip on to the front of your lens, and with this you get more magnification of what you're trying to photograph. And it's really helpful to have this if you ever want to start macro photography. I highly recommend you check out the Laowa lenses. On the other hand, the Laowa lenses is fully manual lenses. You don't have autofocus on those lenses, so you will have to learn that, but you do get the 2x magnification. And if you in addition get this to the Laowa lens, you will probably be able to shoot really tight up to the subject you're trying to photograph. But even with this setup, my Canon EOS R that I'm using for photography, with the EF to EOS R adapter, because the Tamron lens is an EF mount lens, and the Raynox 250 on top, I do think I get quite good images, even though it's just a 1x magnification. But when you dive into macro photography, a whole new world opens up. There's so much to learn about macro photography. You have focus stacking or focus bracketing. You have shallow depth of field, because when you do macro you have just a slice of a field that's in focus. You have really shallow depth of field, and then focus stacking comes into the picture, because you have to take multiple images with the focus shifting and then stack those photos together to get a whole image that's in focus. Me, from where I'm at right now, I have tried focus stacking on a couple of my photos. I think 2 actually. That's the only 2 photos on my Instagram page that is focus stacked. All the other photos on my Instagram is one shot images. And when you have that shallow depth of field, having an f-stop all the way up to almost 32 is not uncommon. But if you have an aperture at f32, if you know anything about cameras, you know that you need a lot of light to even see anything. So with macro photography, you also need some extra lights. I did buy a Godox TT350. I can't say that I've used it that much. I did try and hack together a diffuser out of a Pringles can, so you get the flash or the light closer to the subject, but didn't get that to work out. So for my photos, I've actually just used daylight and sunlight. I know it's not the best type of light that you should use for macro photography because you get these harsh highlights, but that's what I've been doing. I think it's fun and interesting topic to dive into, and what's also been really fun with me diving into macro photography is that one of my daughters, the middle one, she also find interest in photography or cameras, that is. So I did buy her a Canon M50, and she also has an Instagram page where I post the photos that she takes with the Canon M50, and surprisingly enough, she's been using the kit lens, the 15-45, and the Pancake lens, the 22mm Pancake lens, and she's also been using the Nifty 50 with the adapter, and she's gotten some great photos out of that setup too. So you don't need a Canon EOS R or a higher level of camera to start doing macro photography or photography at all. Get the Canon M50. It is a powerful camera for its use. So yeah, just wanted to make a little video about my interest in macro photography, and that it has been a while since I've done this talking head kind of video. Anyway, that's it for this video. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comment section down below. If you have any interest in macro photography, I would love to check out your Instagram account. If you have any, please leave that in the comment section down below too, so maybe we can learn something from each other. So I hope you liked this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, maybe I will see you in another video. Bye.